Day 36. Um, it's actually right after I shot 35, but I felt like making um, another one because I just felt inspired by it because I'm in my house and I'm on this juice fast, as you might know. And um, on this juice fast, it dawned on me a couple days ago that me just sitting on the couch on a juice fast is the most productive thing I can do. We always think that we should be doing something productive, and that if the end of our day we don't feel exhausted from the strain, that it wasn't a day well lived. And the day is so well lived when you're in your calling, even if you're doing nothing. And even sometimes just doing nothing is the most productive thing you can do. You create room for new insights, you connect to yourself more. And by doing nothing, I mean just chilling, just sitting outside, just sitting on the couch, just doing these things and just allowing. Our ambition can get in the way of, and our excitement can get in the way of um, everything. And I turned on Netflix, and everything I was flipping through until today, my favorite show on Netflix is flipping through Netflix. Like that's like what I love to do. I just sit there and do this on Netflix and just realize, God, there's just not a lot of good things on. And I came across Bob Ross because I'm just in this really peaceful state, and I put him on, and he is awesome. This dude was just so calm and quiet. He speaks at the tone that I'm feeling. And he created a thing. Every episode's about 25 minutes long. And every 25 minutes this guy not only is making a painting, but he's making a TV show, and he's teaching you how to paint. He's doing three creative things at once in 25 minutes each. And those creative things were, I'm sure, an income for him. Those creative things were the highest calling you have. And when you think about doing something like that, and whatever your Bob Ross painting is, whatever it is, when you think about doing something like that, it's so exciting to the body. It's so fulfilling. It's so amazing. And it's so horrifying to the mind. The mind goes, no, we're here to make sure we're safe, and we're here to get. And so the mind goes, and so in any given moment, when you ask yourself what you want to do in the long run, usually you answer something creative and expansive. But if you ask, what should I do right now? You never say, let's go paint. You rarely do. It's much more Facebook. It's much more Netflix. It's much more these addictions. And nothing would help heal your anxieties, your addictions, your fears faster than doing something creative. In every 25 minutes, Bob Ross made another insane painting that he's going to have forever. Your creativity creates things that you have forever. And when you look back at when you chose to do that thing, you remember all those times. I mean, the most exciting times of your life, if you looked in your past, the most exciting times in your life were either you choosing to do something where you evolved into something, you doing something creative, you creating something. Some people have like a painting of something. I can picture, why do I feel like crying right now? I do. I do feel like crying because this world is fighting and crazy. And mad and focusing on the wrong thing. And they don't have to. There's all these gifts under all this crap that have been stifled. And you'd feel so good, like the whatever emotions are coming up right now for me are because I don't know. I actually don't know what it is. Like, I was gonna say it and it just blocked up, but it breaks my heart how much there's an ability to connect to something and how amazing everyone is and how much no one knows it. And I bet the sadness in me is because our sadness is always about ourselves. I think maybe I'm wrong, but and today I'll learn that. But there's probably a part of me that's letting go of a part of me that didn't quite use it as much as I could. And I'm just so thankful to be here and be able to do that. Like, to be alone with myself and be here and make these videos and then get emails about how much it affects people. It's amazing. And when I just sit and scroll through Facebook, like, that's not a memory for me. I mean, it's still cool, and if you like to do that, and it's amazing that we can do that, but that's not something that I look back on the same and go, man, I'm so glad I stepped up and scrolled through Facebook aimlessly all day, just under the illusion that I wasn't enough. It's the greatest tragedy in the world. There's so many tragedies that have happened, but they're all a result, I believe, of the greatest tragedy in the world, which is that we have been taught to cut ourselves off from our gifts. And our gifts only want to create, they don't want to destroy. And if we were choosing to tap into those creative gifts, and you can do it so gently, it's not like I'm going to create forever right now. It's like right now, just pick up a paintbrush or start writing a journal or just hit record for a second. You don't even have to release it. Just start the process of creating gently. And you'll discover that a lot of your pain was unnecessary. Your pain comes from your anxieties and your, like, what I'm feeling right now. You're seeing me feel emotional, but it feels amazing. Your pain comes from, most of our anxieties and our insecurities come from just the fact that we aren't. The greatest tragedy, too, is that we aren't giving our gift to the world, and it's available for all of us. And when we do, there's a fulfillment that comes in that that wipes out the anxieties, the insecurities, the, will that person call me back? Am I enough? All those questions get answered when you pick up your paintbrush or do your thing and just shut up and go into nature or go away. It's so important to me people know this, that I changed careers so that I could give all of my gifts, not just my stand-up comedy gifts, but all of the gifts that are trying to come through me, the gifts of me talking about transformation, the gifts of me, all these other things. You have a gift in you, and you have the ability to tap into it at any second. And what will come through that you can't see with your mind will be something you'll have forever. And other people will have permission to access theirs. The gift that is trying to come out of you, remember, it's not for you, it's for everyone. It's for the overall healing of the world. For us to just be our creative selves. Because if we're not, we're going to be our destroying selves. And we're going to bully people. And we're going to hurt people. We're going to cut trees down. And we're just going to have no empathy for other people and animals. And it's there. There's a thing in you that's there, and you will feel connected and free at the same time. You'll feel connection and freedom together, and that's really rare because you're either feeling connected to a person or an addiction, or you feel free because you escaped it and you're single now. But when you create, you feel connection and freedom together. And that's a paradox that heals everything. 36.